decided to switch up the background a little bit. Welcome to my living room. Let's do a pocket dump. What did I carry today? How did I carry it? Pockets, right? So let's get to it. On this side, I carried the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. This I was able to get at Blade Show with a friend's help. Shout out to Marty. So just carry that in the right pocket. If I carry a knife, it's always going to be in the right pocket. It's just how I am. I'm right-handed. In my coin pocket, I have this. This is a new coin to me. I don't normally carry coins, but this one's so cool that I've been carrying it. I really like this. This is from Awesome Hank Gear. It's a collab. I don't remember who the other collaboration was with, but it's a dragon coin. And I'm a total nerd and I love dragon stuff. So, really like that. That fits well together. Then on this side, I also like leather goods. This came in today, so had to match it up with the gear. This is from Rustic Heirloom. It's their hitchhiker wallet. It's supposed to be like minimal, which I like since I wear skinnier jeans. Don't want, you know, a huge wallet. I like this so far. I can't really give you a big impression because, like I said, just got it in. But looks wise, I love it. I don't carry too much stuff. I like that it still has a strap back here for cash because I'm old school and still carry cash. And then just have 2 cards right there. So, yeah, I like that. And I like the little lanyard tie they already have tied on there. And then I have Urban Survival Gear pin. This was from Urban EDC. I know Urban Survival Gear is who makes the pin though. I can't remember. I know this one's called a certain thing. Stonewall, Stonehenge, I don't know. Something stone, the actual name for this one because it's got that cool pattern right there. But I really like it. This pin writes really well and it's so smooth. When I write with this at work, it's very smooth and love that mechanism there. But I'll put at the bottom all these items. And then, well, get that clipped back in there. And then I have in my back pocket Oklahoma flashlight here, all titanium. Really like this flashlight. I love that it's all titanium. I remember using it on the beach for about an hour over the summertime. The end did get really hot because it's titanium, obviously. But where you hold the flashlight like that, it was never a problem. So, very neat, useful flashlight. I just have had people ask about the heat before. Yes, this part did get very hot, obviously. Conducted the heat, but right here where you hold, you're not holding the hot part of the flashlight after prolonged use. Super comfortable button. That's another reason I like carrying it. It's a really good size. It's easy for me to just throw in the front pocket or back pocket. Like I said right now, just carrying it back here in the back pocket. So yeah, here is how the setup looks. So there you have that. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the Roosevelt, or as most people like to call it, the Rosie. This is probably one of the most sought after knives right now on the secondary market and in general in the market. This one I did not buy secondary. I got it brand new at Blade Show. I believe they brought about 40 knives and I was able to get one on the second day. This one has the Zerk pocket clip and matching back spacer, which I really like. It's got the smooth dark tumbled scales with a Magna Cut blade. I really like this knife. Okay, let me start by saying that. It's one of my favorite knives to carry. Now, I did have a little honeymoon phase with it where I didn't carry it as much because I just was like, oh my gosh, I have one. I'm so excited. But once I got over that and I started carrying it, it's literally one of the most common knives that I reach for, whether I'm going to the store, whether I'm going to dinner, whether I'm just sitting in my backyard. I reach for this knife to put in my pocket a lot because the size is so nice for my small hands, and even people with big hands, you know, they have a very comfortable time with it. The way they've contoured these handles just makes sense. It literally hugs your hand. Like you literally just go straight into it. And it's super, super comfortable. And you have more of a square shaped handle. So all in all, super comfortable. super lightweight and super fun to open, close. You can do it a bunch of different ways, right? Beautiful, beautiful stone wash, made in the USA. Very nice jimping. You know, adds some grit but not too aggressive. And of course, I like opening holes for deployment. So this is a really heavy hitter for me. I can, if somebody says, hey, should I get a Rosie? I say, yes, if you can, for sure. Their Lottos, excuse me. Sorry, I don't know if I'm catching a cold or whatever. Had to clear my throat. Take a sip of water. Smart water's the best, right? My water drinkers. Anyways, so if someone asks me, hey, should I buy a Rosie? I'm always like, I really like it. I could recommend it personally that I like it. But I will say this. I think you should only get a Rosie if you can get it for table cost. I believe I got this for around a range, I'm going to think $750 to $810. I want to say like around $750 is what I paid for it. It might have been $800. It was Blade Show time. I don't remember exactly, but I know it was around that range, right? So that's a pretty penny as it is. But of course, it's a fantastic knife. Buy once, cry once, right? So I didn't mind paying it. However, if you're in the Facebook group or if you've seen these go on the secondary, they can retail for $1,600 to $1,700. And I have to be honest, I don't think that's worth it for the knife. I don't think you should pay double table for any knife, really. I think that only drives the secondary market higher, and I don't think that's cool. I don't like that. Just my opinions. So if you think it's worth it, and you really want one that bad, that's a pretty steep pill to swallow. Do I think it's worth $1,600? I do not. Do I think it's worth its table price? Yes. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I know it's super hyped knife. I think the hype around the knife is very, very well deserved, but I don't think you should be paying double table price for this knife. My theory on it is if no one buys this Rosie, so say Tim, I don't know, we'll say a Tim. A Tim buys this knife for, $750 from a lotto win. They do weekly lottos and they make 10 to 15 normally, or a little bit more, a little less. They win the knife for $750. That's what they pay. And then they list it for $1,500 or $1,600, and someone buys it. They're listing it for $1,500 and $1,600 because someone always buys it. So if we stop buying these knives for double the table price, what the makers have literally said, what I think the knife should cost, then they have to drop the price. They can't sell it for as much. And I understand everybody likes to make money. I've always tried to sell knives for, even if they're harder to get, what I paid. Or I might, if it's a really sought after knife, I might, list it for what I paid plus $20 to cover fees for taking it out of whatever and shipping. Okay? That's just me personally. So I think a good way to stop the price gouging on the secondary is just to not buy it at $1,600 and $1,700. I know it's easier said than done if you really like the knife and if you have the money. I think the main knife I've ever overpaid for was the Rask from Grimsmo, because I really, really wanted it. I think I paid about $300 over table, and that hurt. And I won't do it again. I just don't think that I would pay that much over table. I've seen, I've kind of wanted the second one. You know how I am about wanting doubles when I really like a knife. I've seen one that had a purple clip I really liked, and it was just beautiful. Golf putter one that had like the blurple ANO. I wanted that one so bad. But I just don't think I would pull the trigger on another one for $1,600. But that's just my personal opinion on it. If you feel like paying it, go ahead, but I think that's just only going to keep the secondary prices where they are. But anyways, I say all that to say, this is definitely one of my top knives in my whole collection. I do have a pretty big collection. This is definitely up there. It's one of my top knives. And I think it's one of the best knives out there right now, due to action, size, super comfortable ergonomic handles. I love titanium. You have titanium handles. This one, like I said, it was the Magna Cut blade. Super slicey. Really great for EDC. I just think it's good stuff. I do hope that eventually they offer more like spa treatment services and stuff like that. I know they haven't in a while because they've been super busy just trying to get their product out. But other than that, I think this is a fantastic knife, and it's why I carry it so much and why I reach for it. So let that be said, I really, really like this knife. I just get a lot of questions about, is it worth it? Do you like the Rosie? I love my Roosevelt, but I don't think it's worth some of these crazy scalper secondary prices. And that's just my 2 cents on the matter. If you think it's worth it and you really want one, go for it. I just know eventually those prices will go down. Some new knife will come out, and then you'll be at a deficit if you try to sell it. So just keep that in mind. If you really want one, keep hitting those lottos. I know they can be frustrating. There's been multiple that I've tried for where I really liked the configuration and I didn't win. But just, that's my advice to you. Try to hit the lottos. Try to find someone that's listing it at a fair price, and just go from there. Because I really do think this is one of the best knives out there right now, for the reasons I've mentioned. And I love the new flush pivot. So, you're on bearings, got smooth action. Just a nice knife. So that is what I will leave you with. Thank you for watching as always. Thank you for the subscriptions, likes, and comments. And I hope everyone has a great day.